The morning after an earth-shattering courtroom revelation, PANYAZA, a top political figure long accused of manipulating violence behind the scenes, has finally confessed to orchestrating one of the most horrific attacks in recent memory. In a tense and emotional court session that lasted well into the afternoon, PANYAZA admitted that he personally sent two criminals to the mansion of Nathi Mthethwa, with the explicit orders to set the house ablaze and harm his family. The courtroom was heavy with tension as PANYAZA gave his confession. He spoke in a low, measured voice, detailing how the criminals were recruited, instructed, and paid. According to his account, the attack was meant to teach a lesson and was meticulously planned to ensure that Mthethwa and his loved ones would be terrorized. The fire that consumed the mansion did not spare anyone. It claimed the life of Mthethwa's young child and left his wife in critical condition, their bodies and lives forever marked by the flames. Witnesses described the shock in the room as PANYAZA's words sank in. Some gasped audibly, while others buried their faces in their hands. Lawyers struggled to maintain composure as the confession confirmed what many had long feared: the political violence that has gripped parts of South Africa is not random, it is orchestrated from the top. Nathi Mthethwa, present in the courtroom, could barely speak. Friends say he appeared numb with grief and rage, tears streaming down his face as he listened to the admission. His family, who survived the initial fire, reportedly broke down as the full extent of PANYAZA's orchestration became clear. For months, South Africans have followed the tragic story of the mansion fire, mourning the loss of an innocent child and the trauma inflicted on the surviving family members. Today, that sorrow turned to outrage. Outside the courthouse, crowds swelled, chanting for justice and denouncing the political elite's apparent willingness to employ violence for personal gain. Social media erupted with reactions of disbelief, sorrow, and anger. Hashtags demanding justice for the Mthethwa family and calling for PANYAZA's immediate arrest trended across the country within minutes. Legal analysts suggest that PANYAZA's confession could trigger a cascade of legal actions, potentially exposing a network of corruption and violence linked to other political figures. This admission does not merely implicate him, it could unravel a hidden system where power is maintained through fear and destruction. Many are now calling for a full investigation into past incidents where violence seemed coincidentally timed with political rivalries. In his confession, PANYAZA claimed he was under pressure and that he made decisions I now regret, but these words have done little to calm the fury of the public. For many, the admission is proof that political power in South Africa has been dangerously weaponized, with innocent lives caught in the crossfire. As the day progresses, the nation grapples with the reality that such a calculated act of violence could be commanded from the top echelons of leadership. Media outlets are broadcasting live updates, lawyers are preparing for high-profile trials, and families across the country are mourning, fearing that their own safety could be compromised in a world where politics can turn deadly. South Africa now faces a critical moment, reconciling with the pain inflicted on the Mthethwa family, ensuring justice is delivered, and confronting the unsettling truth that those entrusted with leadership may harbor the capacity for unimaginable violence. Today, PANYAZA's confession has changed the course of history and thrust the country into a state of shock, grief, and urgent calls for accountability.